Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, coming to you live from Long Island, New York. How is everybody doing today? Can see you all in the chat. Appreciate you guys waiting for me. I got a special treat for you guys today. We're going to be going over the discovery that I just received from the state's attorney in Cook County, Illinois. For those of you who remember, I was arrested for disorderly conduct. Excuse me, scratch that. I was arrested for felony eavesdropping inside of the City Hall in Berwyn, Illinois, which was later changed to a disorderly conduct. And a discovery, for those of you who don't know, is what the state turns over to you, the evidence that they have against you, which they're going to use to prove you're guilty in a court of law. So I received it. I after reading over over the evidence, I had a good laugh, and I wanted to share it all with all of you because I think you guys will either laugh, or be really upset because it makes no sense. It makes no sense while we're here. But I wanted to show it with you guys here. So without further ado, one more thing I wanted to tell you guys really quick before we get into it. See all your comments. I've been a little busy and preoccupied lately. I did want to make an announcement because I feel like you guys are my family at this point. Really appreciate you. We're over 200,000 strong, and we're only going to get bigger. But my beautiful wife and I just had our first son. So now we have a little baby Patriot, and I wanted to show you guys. We got the We the People custom onesie made by my sister. Really cool. His name is Elijah. He was born February 16th, this last Wednesday. So, a bunch of you already knew from auditing Erie County's live stream, but I want to announce it personally to you guys. So I'm a little bit busy doing the dad thing right now, but that's why we're doing this live instead of like a static video. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, supporting. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So first things first. This is the criminal complaint right here, the misdemeanor complaint from the Berwyn Police Department. So as you can see here, the people of the state of Illinois versus Sean Paul Reyes. You have the case number over here. The complainant is Ruth Ciaba Green. For those of you who do not remember, Ruth Ciaba Green is the city administrator for Berwyn, and she's the complainant in my case. So disorderly conduct. So here is the original complaint. Sean Paul Reyes knowingly used a device to record and to video and audio record conversations between City Hall employees and Berwyn residents without their consent, and after being verbally advised to stop recording, and all along advising that there are signs posted throughout City Hall, signs that the mayor took down, which we're going to watch in a minute. But there are signs posted throughout City Hall that such recording is not allowed, thus alarming city employees. Okay. So we got to keep going here. This is the complaint signed by Ruth Ciaba Green, the city administrator, a public servant. And we're gonna see exactly what I did too. For those of you who haven't seen the original video, we're gonna see exactly the disorderly conduct that I committed. But I want to go over all the evidence here. Oh, I'm not showing myself. I wanted to show myself. There you go. So I wanted to show all the evidence here, guys, about all the evidence that the state has used against me. It's definitely not strong evidence at all. So let's keep going down here. Scroll down. My bail was set at $100. So I cashed out. When I was sitting in the cell, quick story for you guys. A lot of you guys say I talk too much. Some of you guys say that anyway. This is my YouTube channel. I like to talk to you guys. I like you guys. So when I was sitting in the cell, I had made an announcement that that I was arrested. I had my sister make an announcement on my YouTube channel that I was arrested. And I want to let you know, while I was sitting in that cell in Berwyn, Illinois, you guys called. I kept hearing the phone ring. The officers were picking up. No, he's all right. He's okay. Appreciate all the love. That gave me the strength to sit there for the 6 hours that I sat there for. But as you see, I bailed out for $100. This is complete. This is everything. This is complete transparency with you guys. So now here we go to the official sworn police report. Again, you have the disorderly conduct charge. You have the incident report number, where it occurred. So as you can see here, the reporting party is all personal information has been blocked out. So the reporting party is Ruth Siaba Green, again, the city administrator. This is the address of City Hall. Disorderly conduct. She is labeled as the reporting party. Okay, let's see. This is all news to me. After all this is all news to me that we're going to be going over it together. So Shannon Roberski is somebody I do not know at all. No idea who she is. Apparently, she's the victim. If you guys see right here, they classified Shannon Roberski as a victim from my disorderly conduct. Again, it gets so funny, guys. You have to watch. You have to just stick around. If you're enjoying, like I said, hit the like button. And then we also have Powers Trisha here. Powers Trisha, also labeled as a victim. Trisha, disorderly conduct. These two are employees of City Hall. So I actually did I'm gonna keep reading here, and then right here, I'm the offender of disorderly conduct. Reyes Jean Paul here. And then this is the property that they seized from me. This is the Galaxy Z Fold that I was recording with. I have a body camera. This is the evidence that they received from me. But the day of the protest, the day of the We the People protest, the mayor ordered the police department to give me back my property. So it was seized originally, but I had gotten it back. Thanks to all of you, their strength in numbers. So let's see here. Let's keep going down. So this is where it gets interesting, guys. Really pay attention to this. I'm going to read it and we'll go over it. Official sworn police report by Volante Richard. So Volante Richard, that's Sergeant Richard Volante. If you haven't seen the original video, I'll link it in it's linked in the description already, as well as the We the People protest if you want to watch that. That was probably my favorite, live ever. It was so much fun. They were sending pizza. People were sending pizza, coffee, drinks. It was a great time. Really appreciate you guys for that one. So Sergeant Volante, he was the arresting officer. Assisting him was Detective Monaco. And Detective Monaco is the only person that day that broke the law, which I'll show you guys. And Officer Galoni was there as well. This is the report number. It happened November 8th, 2021. In summary, on November 8th, 2021, a supervisor was requested at Berwyn City Hall regarding a subject video and audio recording customers and employees inside of City Hall. God forbid. Upon arrival, responding sergeant entered City Hall and located Detective Monaco and Officer Galoni on the staircase leading to the second floor, speaking with a male subject later identified as Jean Paul Reyes. That's me. At which time, all three, Monaco, Galoni, and Reyes, walked down to the first floor of City Hall. I then spoke with Detective Monaco, who advised me that he was advised by the city administrator, Ruth Siaba Green, that said subject was electronically recording City Hall employees and customers within the City Hall building who were doing business without having prior permission of doing so. It was also related that Jean Paul Reyes was asked to stop electronically recording, and the electronically recording is not allowed. After Mr. Reyes refused several requests, Ruth Siaba Green requested a supervisor from the police department. I then spoke with Ruth Siaba Green, who related that she was contacted by employees regarding a subject videotaping inside of City Hall, which frightened and threatened the employees. I frightened and threatened people by peacefully recording. You guys go watch any of my videos if you haven't watched my videos. Like, come on. I'm the nicest guy. But anyway, Ruth Siaba Green further related she will sign a criminal complaint if necessary. I bet she would. A little backstory. Let's take a little break. A little backstory on Ruth Siaba Green. Her husband is Sergeant Green of the Berwyn City Police Department. He was promoted to sergeant even though he has 6 federal lawsuits for unlawful arrest, excessive force, etc. 6 of them. I've read them myself personally. I'm going to put them on my website, longislandaudit.com, the lawsuits. Her husband is a tyrant with 6 federal lawsuits. And with those 6 federal lawsuits pending, he was promoted to sergeant. So go figure. Crazy. So I would assume she's a tyrant as well, right? So this is why she said, I will sign a criminal complaint if necessary. Now, I spoke with Shannon Roberski, who related she observed a male near her desk and was going to ask him if he needed help. Once Shannon Roberski observed the male subject was videotaping the area, she began to panic because she had been recorded in City Hall in the past and a degrading video was posted. Number one, I didn't record you in the past. I don't even remember recording you. I don't even remember who you are, Shannon. I have no idea. And you're labeled as a victim. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. This is so funny to me. He was videotaping in the area, and she began to panic because she had been recorded in City Hall in the past, and a degrading video was posted. So, you can't make this stuff up. So I did a little research, guys, and I actually found the video that she's talking about. I'm going to bring it up right here for you guys. This is the video that Shannon's speaking about right here. Shannon Roberski, Berwyn, Illinois. This video is by Illinois Transparency Today. They're not really active, but they've been posting, like last year, but not anymore. But shout out to them for this video. So here it is. This is Shannon Roberski, who I've never met before in my entire life, who's apparently a victim of my disorderly conduct. Let's watch it together.
Record us? I'm sorry. I don't give you the authority to record me, so if you can put your phone down.
I don't give you the authority to record me, so can you put your phone down? This is her. You know why you were berated? Shannon, it's because you berated this man and you acted, unprofessional to say the least. I don't give you permission to record me. You don't give permission to record people. The First Amendment does. Freedom of press.
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Completely ignores him. He's asking for services. This man is all he's doing is asking for services. She gets up because she didn't get permission. He's trying to get some services, and then she comes back, and you'll see here. I want to show you. It's a very short video, so we'll get.
Long story short, I'm trying to kind of push. Also, we talk.
She comes back to her desk. Here we go. Sorry about that. She comes back to her desk. Look, he's asking for service.
Can we talk? I don't give you the authority to record. Can we talk? You're not the one who gives me authority to record. I do not give you authority. Are you a public employee?
There's a sign right here, guys. I don't know if you could see that. It says caution may bite. You embarrassed yourself, Shannon. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed yourself, not anybody else. So with that being said, just so you know, she's the victim, apparently, that I've never met before. And this is her being berated. A polite man telling her, he wants services, and she wouldn't give it to him because she didn't give him the authority or the permission to record. Whatever. I thought that was cool that I found that. That was from a year ago. Anyway, that's Sharon. I spoke with Trisha Powers, another victim. I spoke with Trisha Powers, who related she observed an unknown male subject who was walking around the second floor videotaping. Oh my God. She felt frightened because the office is located on the second floor, which are publicly accessible. The mayor and the city administrator and the city attorney's offices are usually to be visited by appointment only. Usually. Not all the time, just usually. But because I was there with a camera, she felt frightened. Come on. Like, this is a real police report. This is real. This is like actual things that's happening right now. Like, I have court tomorrow morning via Zoom in Berwyn, Illinois, to deal with this. So keep that in mind. And I'll go live again tomorrow or the day after. We'll talk about what happened at court when I argue my motion. But come on. This is a disgrace to the criminal justice system. This is a disgrace to, just justice. Like, I can't believe that I'm having to do this. And that's why I want to share it with you guys, because it's just so crazy. All right, let me get back to reading this. I know I talk a lot. I then spoke with Jean-Paul Reyes and advised him that he was not allowed to record. He was not allowed to video record inside City Hall without permission. Jean-Paul Reyes continued to record. I then asked Jean-Paul Reyes what business he had at City Hall to conduct. Jean-Paul Reyes related to a request of a. He said that basically I told him I wanted to do a Freedom of Information Act request. I then directed him to the city's clerk's office where he was able to make a request. After completing a FOIA request, Jean-Paul Reyes continued to record inside City Hall. I was still gathering content for my story. You failed to mention that I told you I was an independent journalist and that I disseminate information to the public. You failed to mention all of that, Sergeant, in your police report. Maybe you just forgot. I, along with Detective Monaco and Officer Galoni, walked Jean-Paul Reyes outside. So what he's referring to is, in the video, he says, I want to show you the statute, the felony eavesdropping statute on why you can't record in here. So I went outside with them. Yeah. So now we're outside at this point, ladies and gentlemen. So we walked outside and I directed him to the sign which posted on the front door of the building, which states no cameras or recording devices without prior approval, which is also documented in Spanish, along with a cited statute 720 ILCS Article 14. That was the statute for felony eavesdropping that's underneath the sign. The signs, by the way, that the mayor during my protest, during the We the People protest, ripped down. I went back in the next day and was recording and nothing happened to me. And this man, the video I just showed you, he wasn't arrested either. So that's definitely malicious and selective prosecution for sure. Let's keep going. After multiple attempts to ask him to stop recording, again, I'm outside at this point, guys, he refused and continued to record. At this time, Jean-Paul Reyes was placed in custody and transported to Berwyn Police for further investigation. No, I wasn't. You arrested me for felony eavesdropping. You didn't bring me to the police station for further investigation. You arrested me for felony eavesdropping. However, Jean-Paul Reyes once at the Berwyn Police Department, it was determined that cited statute posted in and around City Hall did not apply. At least he added that to the police report, guys. However, once at the Berwyn Police Department, it was determined that the cited statute, the felony eavesdropping statute, posted in and around City Hall did not apply. Of course it didn't apply. It's a public building. You can't eavesdrop in public. How can you? And plus, the statute, if you read the statute, it's surreptitiously. You think they would have done their research before they arrested me for felony eavesdropping. No. And you think that after they realized, as he says here, it did not apply, they would have done the right thing and let me go. But this is not how the criminal justice system works, ladies and gentlemen. This is not how law enforcement works. Instead of letting me go and apologizing and doing the right thing. However, Jean-Paul Reyes' actions and behavior did alarm and disrupt city employees. He was then processed and charged for one count of disorderly conduct. Jean-Paul Reyes was issued a Maywood court date of 12/22/21 and talks about my phone and my body camera was seized as evidence and put in an evidence locker. Like, can you believe this, guys? And all these things that I'm reading you right now are on longislandaudit.com, so you can check that out there and read it for yourself. You know, I understand I talk a lot. If you want to read it yourself, do it. But I think it's so funny. I think this is so funny how they have the nerve to write this. They have the nerve to write this report and to try and prosecute me over it. What is the state's attorney thinking? Like, what is they had to have read the evidence. What is the judge? Listen, I'm not here talking I'm not going to talk bad about a judge, but all I'm going to say is it should be your duty once you read this police report to say this is not a crime. You know, let's let this man go. But apparently that's not what they do. So this is just my bail report sheet right here. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. This is just the bail where I paid $100 to get out. So this is my motion to dismiss that I'm going to be arguing tomorrow. Again, you can read it on longislandaudit.com if you want to. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to be arguing this motion tomorrow morning on my Zoom hearing. Pursuant to 725 ILS 5/114 8, I am proceeding pro se. Respectfully moves this court to dismiss the misdemeanor complaint filed against him in this matter on the ground that it fails to state it's an offense. So when you're filing a motion to dismiss, it has to be on, it has to have some legal backing on it. So my grounds is that it fails to state an offense. There is no offense here. There is no offense. The offense of disorderly conduct is knowingly and intentionally alarming somebody with unreasonable behavior. Because as you'll see, I got some case law in here that I'm going to show you guys. Unreasonable behavior, recording a constitutionally protected, I don't know about you guys, but does a constitutionally protected activity count as unreasonable to you? Is that unreasonable behavior? Is recording in public where there's no expectation of privacy, is that unreasonable? Because if that's the case, then the Berwyn City Hall should be charged, the mayor should be charged with disorderly conduct, because every time I walk in there, I feel uncomfortable by him recording me with the City Hall cameras. Come on. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All right, so I filed my motion to dismiss on the grounds that it fails to state an offense, and I put a it's pretty long, got argument here, but there's one thing I wanted to point out to you because I thought it was pretty interesting. So right here in People v. Bergeson, the court, it was an appellate court in Illinois. This is, again, this man Bergeson was convicted of disorderly conduct in a bench trial. That was his first mistake, going to a bench trial, but he was convicted of disorderly conduct, and the appellate court in Illinois, which we'll read right here, People v. Bergeson, he appeals his own conviction following a bench trial of disorderly conduct. Defendant contends that, one, the complaint is too vague and ambiguous to charge an offense, and the state failed to prove him guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Now, you can read this yourself. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We'll be here all day if I did. But the end result is that this guy, Bergeson, was looking. It was 1:20 in the morning. I'll see if I find that one part. It was 1:20. The gist of it is, guys, is that it was 1:20 in the morning. They're in an apartment complex, right? And Stanley Bergeson, is looking in the direction of a window that's slightly open, right? So he's looking in this window at 1:20 in the morning, and he was charged not with like any type of lewd act or anything. He was charged with disorderly conduct because apparently there was a single mother in that apartment complex, that he was looking into, and she felt alarmed and disturbed by his actions. So what the appellate court here in Illinois, what they said was, it's not unreasonable. The conduct it's not unreasonable. We see nothing right here. We see nothing unreasonable about looking from 10 feet away at a window which is completely covered except for a crack while standing in a common area of one's own apartment complex. The state points out that the single mother living with her 5-year-old daughter, it was 1:20 in the morning. However, the statute for disorderly conduct requires that the defendant act knowingly, and that there is no evidence that the defendant knew who lived in the apartment. Although the defendant presumably knew the approximately what time it was, there is no evidence that he was aware that the window he was near looked into the apartment's bedroom, or even if he knew that there was anybody at home. In the absence of such knowledge, the defendant could not have knowingly acted unreasonably. So this is why I included this, and other cases. You can read it yourself, but this is probably my strongest argument, is that the appellate court in Illinois, which has jurisdiction over this case, they reversed this man's conviction because it was determined that he did not act unreasonably. That's the whole point. And there is nothing unreasonable about an independent journalist exercising a constitutionally protected right, time, place, and manner. It was daytime, business hours, and I was peaceful, and I was getting services. There's nothing unreasonable about it. So for them to go through this, and then I'm going to have to appeal it. You know how much money that costs? It costs like $30,000 to appeal something. I talked to a lawyer in Illinois, and he's like, yeah, for a bench trial, $10,000, for a jury trial, $25,000. It's insane. So I'm going to do my best. Go read my motion, see how I did, but I'm going to do my best to represent myself in this, because I just think you read the evidence. That's all the evidence they have against me, by the way. So you read the evidence. It's nothing. So for the foregoing reasons, defendant's conviction is reversed. That's going to be me soon, guys. It's going to be me. It's going to be the People v. Reyes. So I also found let's look together again. Let's look together at something real quick. This is Ruth Siaba Green. This is a clip from my original audit that I linked in the description below. Let's look at what I did to Ruth Siaba Green for her to file a criminal complaint for disorderly conduct against me. Let's take a look. Walking around minding my own business. City administration. Hi, how are you? What office is this?
I'm the city administrator.
You're the city administrator?
I am.
Hi.
Are you recording me?
I am recording you.
I would ask that you not record me, please.
Well, you're a public official, obviously. You're the city
I'm not
administrator.
elected.
That wouldn't matter.
Yes, it does.
That you're not
If you go to our
elected.
doors,
Yeah,
I am not elected.
but that doesn't matter. You still work
If you
for the
go to our
government.
doors,
Still work for
you'll
the
see
public.
on our doors, we have a sign that says, no recordings are allowed unless we give permission. I am not giving you permission. It is a state law.
I did see that sign.
And then we follow state law here.
It's a state law.
It is.
Okay. So,
Can we talk outside?
who are you, sir?
Detective Monaco,
Are you
from the police department?
police department here?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, let's go.
So, sir, just so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, de-escalate.
Okay, yeah, I'm not escalating.
Yeah, no, I don't
I'm
think
just
you are.
talking, but they gotta sign up. Can't record inside the building here.
That sign is unconstitutional, sir.
She looks so alarmed.
Freedom of
Okay,
press.
but the problem is, state law, you can't, they got to sign up unless they give you permission
Mhm.
to come in City Hall. And
Yeah.
you have to
Well, I have
go to the
business. I
channel.
have business to conduct here as well as my business of exercising my freedom of press. I'm working on a story on the City Hall
Here, let's go-
for
let's go over
transparency
here
and
talk.
accountability. Can I get your name, ma'am?
Sure. I'm Ruth Siaba Green.
Ruth?
Ruth Siaba Green.
Siaba
I'm the
Green.
city administrator.
Okay, thank you, Ruth. All right, guys. What about that interaction? You cannot make this stuff up. I'm telling you can't. What about that? That was my entire interaction with the complaining witness, Ruth Siaba Green. That was it. That was it. What about that reaction? Did she seem alarmed? Did she seem frightened? Didn't she come up to me? Was I recording a private conversation of hers? No. She approached me, asked me if I needed any help. You can't make this kind of stuff up. I can't believe that I'm being charged with disorderly conduct. I really can't believe it. Like, I can believe that Ruth, because her husband, like I said, Sergeant Green, is a tyrant. So I can understand she's probably a tyrant. She's probably corrupt, just like her husband, who has 6 or 7 federal lawsuits against him. And I can understand that the police department is going to back up their city administrator and arrest me. I can understand that on bogus charges. And then, when they realize that I get down to the police station, they realize they can't charge me with felony eavesdropping. They change it to a disorderly conduct because they don't want to look bad. Again, while I might not agree and I find that horrendous, I could understand it because they're corrupt. I see the corruption. But what really gets me is when this file goes before the state's attorney of Cook County, and just to remind you guys, Cook County is part Chicago. Chicago, Illinois is part of Cook County. Murders, robberies, real serious crime is happening in Cook County, right? For this to come across the state's attorney's desk and for her to pursue this case, ridiculous, number one. And then even for her to pursue it, because maybe she's corrupt, maybe she's a tyrant, but for her to pursue it and for the judge to look at this case and still not dismiss it, people are like, oh, you have to file a motion to dismiss for the charges to be dismissed. Not true. Not true. The judge can dismiss it on his or her own. They have the authority to do that when they believe there's no probable cause. And obviously, I just read to you the entire discovery. There is no probable cause because I did nothing wrong. So this was the video of Shannon, who is very frightened. So this is the mayor. If you guys remember the mayor who ripped down the signs, I'll show you that first. So towards the end of this video, I go, they talk to me. I do a FOIA request. This woman was the town clerk. She was very if I go to trial, I'm calling her as a witness. She was a sweet lady and we had a great conversation. She had no problem with me recording. So she actually ran against the mayor in an election that was recently happened, and she lost, unfortunately. But you know, she was a great public servant. Go watch the video. I'm not going to show that part, but we go outside, as you see here.
Yeah, this is a state statue.
The state statue.
Yeah.
Really, I've been in a bunch of city halls and I've never seen that statue before.
Well, we're gonna Google it.
Sure. All right, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. He goes to Google it and he still gets it wrong and still arrests me. He literally looks up the law and still finds me guilty and still finds he has probable cause. If he doesn't lose his qualified immunity, I don't know what would make him lose it. But all right, so we go here. Where is this guy?
What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
All right, so this is, remember I told you, this is Detective Monaco right here, guys. Remember I told you he was the only person in City Hall that day that broke the law? You're about to see why I said that.
You don't want me recording you?
Yeah, I mean, it's my right, just like you're saying, you know.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
It's my rights for you not to record me. You're a law enforcement officer, Detective Monaco. We have every right to record you. So what is it? And you're in public. Even if you weren't a law enforcement officer, you know, you have no right of privacy in public. What is wrong with these people? Why don't they understand it's simple. It's simple. And these are the people that we pay our money to enforce the law to. It's crazy. So if you saw right there, he grabs my camera. Let's watch it one more time.
You don't want me recording you?
Yeah, I mean, it's my rights, just like you're saying, you know.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I don't want to.
Don't touch me. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you, am I?
Yeah, you did. You just grabbed my arm and grabbed my camera.
Stop me from recording.
To stop me from recording you? You have no right to do that.
Yes, I do.
Please back away. Please back away from me. You're being really hostile. I've been nothing but cordial. You need to step back.
I'm not hostile with you.
You need.
You see, that would be that's a disorderly conduct. That's a harassment charge. You know, grabbing somebody's camera and their wrist to try and stop them from recording. And by the way, trying to stop somebody recording is also a federal crime. Violation of rights under color of law. So he's the only one that broke the law. He broke the law that day, and this is why I wanted to show it to you guys, because I think it's so funny. You know, people always say, "Oh, you know," lawyers always say, and people who are smart like a lawyer, apparently, they're always saying, "Oh, don't talk about your case before you know, while a case is pending, don't talk about it." Listen, I'm not going to give you guys any legal advice, but I can do what I want. I'm representing myself. I understand that anything I say, can and will be used against me in the court of law. I understand that 100% clearly. But the issue I have with that is about remaining silent and not saying anything before court. I have court tomorrow morning, and look what I'm doing. I just showed you guys all the discovery, and you know, I'm talking about the case. The difference is that I have nothing to hide, right? This is a joke. I have nothing to hide. I'm not guilty of anything. There is nothing that I can say intentionally or by mistake that can hurt me in a criminal court proceeding, because I did nothing wrong. So I have no problem talking about this because I did nothing wrong. It's simple. It's very simple. But I want to show you guys a couple more videos before we get out of here. Let me see here. This is that same auditor that went over there and was filming Shannon. This is his interaction with the mayor. And for those of you who watched the We the People protest, I had an interaction with the mayor where he ripped down the signs, the unconstitutional signs that I was arrested for. And he was very nice, and because he had an election coming up. And there was more people watching. How many people watched this video? You know, 1,000 people watched the video we're about to watch. So it's a little bit different. That's why you have to hit the like button. That's why we have to share the videos. That's why you have to subscribe, because together, this You see what happened to me after this auditor went there, because he didn't have a lot of support. So we have to support each other, and we the people have power in numbers. So let's watch how the mayor acted before.
Go on in there. There's no reason for him to make an appointment. He's talking about a FOIA. He could talk to the FOIA.
This is not,
Talk to the FOIA.
this is not your business, sorry, sir.
This is my business. I'm the mayor of the city.
Yeah, I have an
You
appointment.
talk to the FOIA
Sir, I
officer.
have an appointment with you
That's
next Tuesday.
fine.
We're gonna
You
speak
don't
with
have
you
an
next.
appointment with me because I'm not sitting with you. You want to have a problem, sir? You can record me all
Yeah, I
you
know.
want. If you're going to cause a problem here, I'll have the police come and remove you. Now, if you want to talk about a FOIA.
This is Berwyn. This is
that
Mayor
is
of
the-
Berwyn.
That's right.
You're gonna be
That
on
is the
YouTube,
proper
sir.
person to talk to right
Yes,
there.
sir. Yeah.
If you don't want to talk to the proper person and you're causing a disturbance down here,
What kind of disturbance am I causing?
you are causing a lot of disturbance. These people are here to work, not to
They
sit here
work
and
for
chat.
me.
They work for me
No,
too, sir.
no, you work for me.
You work for me too.
I'm your undercover.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Mayor, you didn't get the memo. You work for the public. You work. That man is as you'll see here, he's a resident of Berwyn. You 100% work for him. He does not work for you.
For boss,
You're
sir.
done.
I have an appointment with
You're
you next
done.
Tuesday, 1 p.m. Yes.
You were already given your FOIA info.
Yes, right. That's,
So why are you harassing us?
I have a-
You were
I have
given
a-
the FOIA info by the clerk. Okay, so just so you understand something, the clerk provides the information, okay?
there's your name right
So
here.
why are you here harassing us?
Because your clerk responds
You're always
with building director, Charles Lazara, no such records exist.
Correct.
it's always harassment. It's always harassment. We're always harassing them because, that's just the way it is. And then after this guy went and audited the Berwyn City Hall, right? And after he went there and had that altercation with the mayor, look what the mayor did. Look what the mayor did. He sent police officers to this man's home. Check this out.
Can I help you? Can I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for any. Can I help you? I was wondering if you could help me. Does he live here? What are you trying to do?
I just went to City Hall and wanted some questions answered about local code violations. Are you?
Sure.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They wanted me to come here to give you this description of the local ordinance code. Okay.
Thank you much.
Okay. And they also wanted me to advise you that you're no longer welcome there if you continue to harass employees. They feel harassed by you. Okay. So you're no longer welcome there if you continue to harass them.
Can you repeat that again, please?
They said that if you continue to harass employees at City Hall, that you're no longer
How
welcome.
did I harass them?
They said that you were calling them names and that you were video recording
I
them,
was
even though they asked you several times to stop recording
I was video recording them and I never called them names.
them. Okay, well, they said they feel harassed by you.
Their feeling don't drop my rights.
Okay,
Their feelings don't trump my rights. Truer words were never spoken. Come on. They're feeling harassed by him. Come on. It's all about the camera. And again, my whole charges are my camera alarmed people. Why isn't my camera being an inanimate object? Why isn't my camera being put on, trial for disorderly conduct? Why aren't we being mad at the United States Constitution, the First Amendment, that gives me the right of freedom of press? I don't understand. Why is it my fault? I mean, I'm just, I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. I'm looking at the chat too. But isn't that crazy, guys, how they sent?
all right, well, they just want me to.
I'm ready.
All right, that's it. So isn't that crazy how they sent the, again, let's go back over here. It's crazy how they sent the the police to his house. That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, this is all the discovery. I didn't leave anything out for you guys. Oh man, so let's take a look at the chat for a little bit and then we'll get out of here. I've been talking for almost 40 minutes, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it and you had fun. It's all about having fun, guys. It's not, like I said, I'm stuck at home with little baby. We the people are here. Oh, you can't see. Wrong way. We're stuck at home with we the people. Little baby over here. Let me look at the comments and see what you guys are talking about. Maybe I'll take some questions. No problem. No problem, Mike. I really appreciate you, man. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. You know, I can't do this without you guys. It really means the world to me. Let me see. Where you guys watching from? Let me know where you guys are watching from. What's the baby's YouTube channel? Maybe he will start a YouTube channel. Maybe maybe he will. He's a baby patriot. We have to teach our kids our rights. Oh, real quick. I also wanted to tell you guys because I'm starting now that I'm growing and we're growing together. I want to use my platform for not just doing audits and not just highlighting my cases and stuff like that. I want to highlight, bring, like I did a video the other day about some serious corruption right here in Suffolk County. Go watch that video. It's called the Secret Internal Affairs Report, where they were like removing things from the Internal Affairs Report and doing things of that nature. Like it's some serious corruption. So I want to expose corruption wherever I find it, because at the end of the day, there is no, CNN, all the big media, corporate media people, if somebody gets, murdered or whatever, like if something really serious happens, they cover it. But unless something crazy political that's politically motivated that they can spin for their political ideas, they don't cover it. I'm telling you right now. So it's important for all auditors, not just myself, all auditors, people with platforms, to highlight corruption wherever it may be. So I'm going to start doing that. Also, really important, I want to use I was reading the other day, and there's some crazy statistic that people aren't investing. Inflation is going through the roof. You guys know what's going on in current events. Inflation's at 7.5%. You got to, guys, if you don't have, it's very sad, but freedom isn't free. And by doing this, I've been doing this less than a year, and I've realized that freedom isn't free. It's so sad and it's so unfortunate. But I've paid $25,000 for a lawyer in Danbury, Connecticut. I'm going for a trial there. Other miscellaneous legal fees and lawsuit fees. So I say that because when the judge is not going to have your back. They're not going to feel that they have the moral obligation to do the right thing. They're going to try and put you in prison for something you didn't do, and just to violate your rights, so their conviction rate can be high, so they don't get sued. So it's very important that we have the finances to fight back, so to speak, against the system, because we see it all the time. Money is very important, because look, if somebody, a poor man, commits the same crime as a rich man, they both get a $10,000 bail. The poor man's going to sit in jail and wind up taking a deal because he's sitting in jail and he doesn't want to sit in jail away from his family. And the rich man's going to get out, and because he has the $10,000 to bail out, and he's going to be sitting at home. So I say that because let's be smart together, right? It's very important. Not enough Americans, invest. Let's start investing. Crypto, whatever crypto you want, it's a hedge against inflation. Save for the future, save for your children, invest because the money sitting in a bank account is, I'm not a financial, expert, but I know that compound interest is a real thing. And I know history, and the stock market has only gone up over the years. So on average, so it's very important to invest your money, because we need financial freedom. I have links in the description below. I use Webull to trade stocks. I also use Coinbase to trade crypto. And I use Acorn for savings for the future, like as far as investing for the future. It's like an automated thing where they invest for you. It's pretty easy. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm not sponsored by any of those, but there are links in the description that you can get, $10 in free Bitcoin, 3 free stocks, stuff like that. I'm not sponsored. Again, use whatever link you want, use whatever service or platform you want. But I think it's very important. Start investing. Let's become financially free together, all of us, because that's what it's all about. All right, I'm looking at all these. Now that I got that spiel out of the way, it's very important to me. Very important. Buffalo. Let me see. Where you guys? Okay. You guys have been telling me, wow, this chat is going so fast. Let me slow it down. I agree with Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. Let's go. I mean, again, invest at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's better than 7.5% inflation. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Hi from Mexico. How you guys doing? UK, London. Shirley, Long Island. You're about like 10 minutes from me, Tim. Shirley, Long Island. 30 million views in less than a year. I'm very blessed. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Buy the dip. If you're not investing, invest. You have to. You have to. Sweden, how you guys doing? Yeah, exactly. If you're out 5%, people don't understand. People save money and you're losing all your money to inflation. And it's because our school systems, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. It's because our school systems don't teach us about investing, about starting a small business, about, they're not teaching us about credit. They're teaching us how to be drones and work a 9 to 5 and be happy with that. They're not teaching us how to invest for the future, compound interest. Come on. Wake up, America. Wake up. Wake up. It's my channel. I'll talk about whatever I want. So, I think Bitcoin's a trap. It might be. Don't put anything you're not afraid to lose. Melbourne, Florida, Carissa. Yeah, it's all set up for us to be enslaved. I 100% agree. They don't teach you how to be successful. You go through school from what grade? From kindergarten till 12th grade, and what do you really learn? Think about it. That's why it's important for you to learn, for you to invest, not only for yourself, but for your children, for your little baby we the people out there, baby patriots. It's important, guys. It's important. It's important. Southern California. I want to head out to California. I've never been to California. Let's see. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate all the support. You guys mean the world to me. Couldn't do this without you. We're going to affect real change. They've as far as my court date for tomorrow, they have banned me from, they told me that I would go to jail if I would be held in contempt of court, charged federally and via the state, a state crime, be charged with a state crime if I record my Zoom hearing tomorrow. So I cannot record my Zoom hearings anymore, but I can get on here and talk about it. We still have freedom of speech in this country. So I'm going to be talking about it. I'll let you guys know. Hopefully they do the right thing and the judge dismisses the case. If you want to read any of these, the evidence that they have against me, it's all on my website. You can go check that out. Compton, California. Thank you all for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. The state will record it and frame you. Well, they have to prove it. Students don't want to learn about compound interest. Trust me. The internet is the internet. All right, guys. So, been talking for 47 minutes now. Hope you guys love the transparency. Hope you guys like this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. It really helps. It really helps out the channel to reach more people. Leave a comment section below on the static video. Shoot me an email if you want to talk about anything. Shoot me an email. I'm going to try and get back to as many of you as I possibly can. Again, the financial links for the platforms that I use to invest are in the description below. You can sign up there. It's a great way to support the channel as well. As always, guys, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.